Alright guys, so to start off we're just going to recap with a little bit from the last episode and then we'll get right into the new stuff. Let's begin. So what's next in our algorithm here? We need to now check if dx is greater than dy. So we're going to have, and you can see we have to do a bunch of things on this. Basically what we're going to do is going to have a bus that has dx and dy on it, and that bus is going to be called A and B, and that A and B is going to go to the A input and the B input of the units that are going to be on it, and there's going to be 4 units on it: the comparing, the maximum, the absolute value, and the minimum. So you'll see. Okay, so here we are in game, and we got pretty far so far. So now what we have to do is we have to add the comparison unit to check if dx is greater than dy. And basically what we're going to do is copy this, send that over here, and then we'll just add a new board, give us some space to work with, and then we'll try to minimize it. Basically what we need to know is the sign and if it's greater than or equal to or less than 0. So if it's equal to 0, then it's positive and 0. So basically what we want to do is generate code control, do that, and see if they'll all reach that. Boom, they do. So that's our 0 flag. I can basically just have 3 flags coming off this. And then that forward a bit actually. And so this is going to be if equal to 0, greater than 0, or sorry, if equal. Oh, actually, what do we? Yeah, we're not comparing to 0. We're checking to each other. Yeah, so we need to actually know. Yes. So if it's positive, if we do a minus b and it's positive and not 0. So we know we need to make not 0 there. The other way we can do it is probably not 0, and that one's going to be not 0. But this one we want to check if it is 0. Like that, because this is going to be equal to, it's only equal to 0 when it's, it is 0, right? Otherwise it's greater than 0 or less than 0. And now what we want to do is make this the most significant bit, and now we have to control the polarity on that. So if the most significant bit is true, is positive, so that means we want this here, but we need to go through a buffer to sync it. So we'll say this is true, and we could probably get that to reach that guy there. Yep. So that's the most significant bit. And then we can probably move this guy down. Maybe it'll be so generous to let, oh yeah, we can do that, move this guy back. And then the power of this one comes from the most significant bit. Okay, so watch this. Now we have A is less than B, A is equal to B, A is greater than B. And we'll label them, I guess, over here, above them. So crank that out. A greater than B. Okay, I didn't realize. Is there a space? Why okay, yeah, let's do it like this. Control G, Control, or paste, yeah, and then X, and then A is gonna be equal to B, and then Control G, paste, and X, and A is less than B. So this is for signed values, right? We're using the most significant bit and not the carryout. So let's check it. So if I put in, let's put in, oops. So this is the A input, it's 5. And if I put in the B input of 3, it should say A is greater than B. What the fuck? What the hell do I got going on here? Oh, huh? Oh, I have these signs inverted. Shoot. Okay, so we got to change that to a not gate, like that, and we have to change that to. We have to flip all of them. Shit, I fucked that up. Yeah, and that has to go there, and that'll come from the most bit as well. And then on these ones, that has to become a buffer. It won't quite reach. We'll get that later. Oh, I already did that. And this one has to become an inverter. Now that'll reach and that can be picked there. Cool. And then this one has to become. Yeah, I screwed up literally all of them. Beautiful. Huh. That sucks. Let's try this. What the hell? Okay, so now A is greater than B. We fixed it. Beautiful. So now let's put in. Let's make A negative. Like it's like some really huge negative number. Do it. Now it should be A is less than B. Beautiful. And then obviously when they're when they're both off, it's equal. So we fixed that. Cool. We have a signing unit, a comparison unit, I should say. Very nice. I'm happy with that. And now we can move on. So now we have our comparison here for x, a, y. We know, like, if dx is greater than dy, we will set it to true. So if a is greater than b, that's x, a, y, right? So a is greater than b. We can make. Just move that in. I'm surprised that reaches. What the heck? And I guess we'll leave it on this side. X, A, Y. Cool. Okay, so what's next? We need to now take the maximum. So we need to know if dx is greater than dy, and then know which one to take, right? So like, this will tell us which one to take. If dx is greater than dy, then we're taking that. Else we're taking the other one. But with this max function, there's some caveat. Like we have to, it's like greater than or equal to. Like what happens if they're equal? Which one do we take? I guess it doesn't matter then, right? Yeah. So we just take the max. We need to take the maximum, and then here's the minimum. If they're equal, then obviously no matter which one you take, it's the same. Okay, so what we're actually going to build first is this absolute value of dx minus dy. So we're going to generate that first. So I was just looking at what I was doing on the previous one, and that makes the most sense. So we have this comparison unit. We'll save that and just kind of keep it off the side for now. Now we want the absolute value of these two. So we already have the absolute value here that we can copy. And we want to just kind of throw this up here. There we go. What? God, that's so annoying. So we want dx, we want the absolute value of dx minus dy. So we're going to put dx on, well, we have, oh, do I not have? Okay. So we have the absolute value of dx and then you have the absolute value of dy. Okay, and so the output of this is giving us that right there. So this comparison is going to actually be very useful, actually. So stick this kind of. How do I do this? I see how. Alright, we'll resize this board a little bigger. Grab this, throw it way up there. We'll actually grab this guy again. So this is our comparison, which is doing the subtraction between them at the same time. So we want to, what's the comparison? We are comparing dx to dy. So we're going to put dx on the a input. So this is dx. And we're going to put it on the a input, which is this guy. So that's a little confusing. We're swapping them here. And then dy on this input. Yeah. Beautiful. And now we need to set this up to do this absolute value. So, because for some reason it doesn't have. Oh no, we're just doing dx minus dy, right? Yeah, we're doing this part right here. Comparison. Okay, yeah. But we do need to subtract it to generate these flags. Easiest way would probably just to stick an extra tile on. And we need to force that into subtract. Comparison. Oops. No, we have A equals B. And now what we can do is we can take the absolute value of this result. Stick here. Cool. So let's make sure we understand what's going on here. So we're doing absolute x minus absolute value of the ui generate dx generate flags. Then yes of yeah, pretty confusing, right? And then we'll just resize this to be a little bigger. And then since oh god, oh no, shit. Okay, yeah, let's do it again. So we're gonna say it's abs of dx minus abs of dy generate flags, then make abs of that. Cool. And then, so then this is going to be, if I copy that, paste this in here, this is going to be okay. Gosh, that was confusing. Alright. We don't need this. That's not true. We have a remnant left over. Okay, so now we are generating these values that we need, such as this right here. Yeah, because I called these things slightly different because he didn't call it, like, he didn't give these names, where I'm calling this dx already with the absolute value included there in there, so it's fine. So yeah, we have this value now, and now we need to figure out the max and min, which it comes off the sign. comes off of this right here. So now we know the max and min here. So we just need to select. We need to build some muxes now. So let's build some muxes. Okay, so to build a mux, we're going to do basically this. Extend that actually to 3, and then pull this up like that. And then we're going to put 2 AND gates on it like that, because we don't need it to be using the relays. There's no reason for it. Now we basically want to bring this down like this up like that to give like some distance between it, so we can easily stack these, like connect our pegs to them. And then we'll just Control G, line it up, and then we have to wire these together like that. We'll just do that twice more. Oops. You can Control G, but it usually crashes my client, and I don't feel like taking that risk right now, so I will just redo it by hand. I hope I don't run into a floating point error here, because that does happen often. Oh yeah, look at it, it's happening. Anyway, it's manageable, but it's kind of shitty that they're dancing all over the place as you walk up, but yeah, whatever. Looks good enough, I guess. Okay, so that's our mux, and now we can pull that back because we basically need 2 outputs of this mux. We need to pass two controls through, if you think about it. We need to pass either the minimum or the maximum, so and both at the same time, because compare gets the maximum and incast gets the minimum, right? So we need to do both. So we need a mux dx and dy in to each one, and then we need to select which one we're choosing. So because of that, both muxes get the same data input. So that might be really easy to actually, if I pull this over, if we do this, both muxes get the same data input. So if this can wire straight up to that other one right here, yes. And now if this one here can wire straight up to that one there, now they have the same input data. Now their select bits should be different. So they should be inverse of each other, and we can easily do that by doing this, putting the control logic for them up here, and figuring that what that should be next, right? So we need to select, let's put, if we want the maximum, the max function to sit on this side, we'll label this one max, and I don't want that to be in the way. Alright, so we'll call this one max. T, and we'll call this one min. Cool. So with maximum, we want it to take, if dx is greater than dy, we're taking dx. So so we're going to have dx on the a input and dy. So this is going to be dx here, and this one's going to be dy. So to do that, we want to take we need these guys down here. So we're basically going to have to scoot this back. Make this a little wider so we have some working space. Is this joined? Are these joined together? No, they're not. So what I actually need to do is G, well, hold it on that angle right there, T, Shift E, oh no, not Shift E, just regular E, perfect, right there. Now if they weren't already, now they are. We can move it like that. And now what we want is DX be on the A input. So DX will be on this guy right here, which is going to also reach right here. And then we want dy to go on the other side of the mux input, which would be the smaller So if we went to that, yeah, then we'll go to this guy right here. Beautiful. And now we have our selection between dx and dy for min and max. So now we are going to use the sine result here to generate that. So I need to reference because like you want to you need to set up an equal, like an if equals, right? Because if they're equal to, you need to take you need to pick one. So we will tie the equal to. Here's what we'll do. We'll generate two things around. We'll say if greater than or equal to, or if less than. Okay, so if A is greater than B, that means we want to take the max, and we want to take the maximum. That means we want to take one of these here. Yeah. So let's try that. We want to take the maximum, which is going to be dx, which is this side. So by default, we want to take this one, and okay, so we'll do this. Oh, whoops, I have it backwards. By default, yeah, by default we want that. God, this is what I screwed that up in the decoder as well. By default, we want the one that's on, right? Oh no, yeah, never mind, because it's the decoder output there is inverted. Okay, I had it right the first time, sorry guys. Yeah, so we'll do this. So if that's true, we're taking the maximum, and so the maximum then would be like if dx is greater than dy, then we're taking dx, right? Or if it was equal to, then we're taking dx. Otherwise, it's going to take the other one. Oh, I guess actually then we just have. Oh, okay, yeah, duh. Just use buffer for both. And bring that to the other selection right there. And then here we'll invert it. We'll swap which one goes where. So this one is the off one, and this one is the on one. And so now this one's taking the minimum. So let's try it. We can wire up some inputs real quick. The way I will do that is just way back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 19, 20. How many do I need? I think it's 24. Yeah, that should be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And we'll call this X naught. Why not? X1, Y1. Okay. So if this is dx and that's dy, we have x1 as the a input. Wait, what the fuck? That's wrong. That should be connected there. Okay. Good bug find there. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's try that again. So we have x naught here, and that's going to be the b input of this. and then x1 is going to be the A input. And then y0 is going to be the B input. And then y1 is going to be the A input of this. Oops. Beautiful. Okay, and now we can just kind of grab that and move that in where hopefully all the connections reach. Got some yellow up there, perfect. There we go. Now everything should still be connected, yep. Pull that back a bit. Okay, so if we put in, I don't know, we'll say x0 is 5, y0 is 3. I'm gonna go into like, I don't know, way high on both of these here. Alright, now we have some data to see here. So dx is that larger or small? Dx is smaller than dy. Okay, so if it's taking the minimum here, if it's taking the maximum here, this one should be, yeah, look at that. This one's taking the maximum, and this one's taking the minimum. Very cool. I mean, they're not off by much here. I don't know why. Let's make this a much larger number here. Yeah, there we go. Now we got a huge difference. So it's clear that this one's taking the maximum and that one's taking the minimum. Very cool. And now we can just stop with that, but now we have an input to check with if we need it. And that's cool. We got that set up really nice. Now to move on. Okay, so now we're going to make sure we just have this xay labeled where it's dx is greater than dy, because I think I might have deleted that. So dx is greater than dy, so where are we doing that right here? This is, yeah, so if this is dx is greater than dy, oh yeah, that's this right here. So that's, yeah, I'll just control G. X, and that's X, A, Y. Yeah, I think I might have deleted that by accident. Anyway, so now we want to label, we have CMPT, which is the maximum. So on the max output, we'll do this. Actually, we'll run it off this like this, make it integrated into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect, and then OR that with this one, because it's the mux and only ever one is true at a time. Cool. And now this is going to be called CMPT. So we have just generated that variable. Alright, very cool. So this has a few less units than my previous one, which is nice. So it should be a little like lag friendlier than my other one. So yeah, so now we have the CMPT and DX. Now we need to generate, we have the absolute value output. We need to left shift it and then take the absolute value, well, not the absolute value, but apply it to its comp using like basically the absolute value machine. So we're gonna grab a copy of this right here. We need to left shift it and then invert it again. So like, I'm gonna stick this thing way back here, and I'll just, this is a little painful, we have to bust this around. And do something similar here. This should reach, right? Yeah, okay. Before I just start wiring that up like, and assuming that it'll reach before I check. Alright, hold control. Same thing. Okay, and Now I can try to eat this thing really close. Yeah, okay, I guess that's as close as I can get that there. And yeah, now we can just we don't have to separate every other one here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just do it like that. Shall reach, beautiful. Alright, and the goal here is now to yank this thing back as far as possible. Try to keep this somewhat, well, I guess not as far as possible, but just, I guess, in line here. Yeah, that'll work. And so we'll just do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, come on. So we're doing the, we're taking the 2's comp, which just means we're forcing subtract from 0, not conditionally doing it there, so. There we go. And now we just wire this in. Cool. Cute. Alright, so that's obviously not the same thing. This is going to be... Oh, so we already fucked this up. So this is not wired in correctly yet, actually. We will leave it here like that wired in, but we will redo this part right here. So the easiest way to do this is without deleting wires you don't want to delete. Stand above it like this. And just like that. We need to perform a left shift. So we're going to select all but the top bit, and those are going to go to all but the bottom bit. And now we've left shifted that, because now if you look, what we did is we took the absolute value of it, we left shifted it by 2 to get to multiply by 2, and now we're applying a -2 again to that. And now that the output of that is going to be called inc_d. Okay, so that's inc_d. Now we need to, the minimum is two times, so inc_s needs to get 2 times that. So we have compare t here, we're going to do a similar thing, Control G, Control T, this is going to be called inc_s, and now we just left shift it, so all but the bottom, or no, sorry, all but the top go to all but the bottom. Boom, there's our left shift. And now that's inc_s. So we've performed our left shifts on both of those. CMPD is perfect. Alright, yeah, we're good to go. So now we need to generate this error thing, which is inc_d plus CMPT. So we've got CMPT and inc_d all next to each other. So now we need to make this a little wider. And we need to add, right? Yeah, so we'll grab this guy here, which is set up to do the base with nothing special going on. We'll bring that around, but first what we gotta do is gotta wrap these inputs, which is painful again. Okay, so now we just gotta sum these things together, so we'll pull this back. Actually, pull it back and line it straight up with it, and then just to get the input in, we'll just add another set of pegs, yay. I mean, at least it's not Minecraft, right? And we got multi-wire placing. Oh shit, I just screwed that up. So yeah, when you click a component by accident, when you multi-wire place, it bugs out, and you gotta be careful with that. And if it happens, you can just go through and unselect them all manually like that, and now you're freed from that curse. And yeah, unfix that, reselect everything, and send it again. Cool. And we're going to sum with that CMPT, I believe it was, for the ink. Yep. So we will take CMPT, sum that. And it doesn't matter which one we pick. There we go. Okay. And now this is going to be okay, you know what? Much easier. Yeah, what the hell is this? This is error? Yeah. Cool. So we have error. So now, yeah, now we have to generate the program counters, and then we'll generate the for loop. We will start building the program counters and the rest of the loop logic in the next few tutorials, and hopefully we'll finish it up by either the 4th or 5th tutorial. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you guys have made it this far, please leave a like on the video, comment if you have any confusion or questions or anything you just want to say, and yeah, don't forget to actually subscribe as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys stick around for the next one. Bye.